As you can see from the title of this video, we recently lost our pregnancy. It's been tough to go through this, but I decided to make this video. As much as I wish it never happened, I also don't want these moments to be forgotten. I think it deserves closure. I also realized how isolating and lonely this whole experience can be. So if any of you are going through the same thing, I just hope that this video gives you some comfort and assurance that you are not alone and it is okay to feel not okay at the moment. Before I begin, here's a little background about us. We've been married for 4 years. It wasn't until a few months ago we felt that we were ready to start parenthood. During the first few years of marriage, we wanted to enjoy our new chapter together. We've traveled to foreign places, gone on adventures as adults, and built our home by ourselves. Through this, we also learned so much about each other's taste, needs, and boundaries. Without realizing, we were building a strong foundation for our relationship. And then I turned 40. We traveled all the way to Asia for my birthday and visited my family in Korea. After a full year of traveling, on our flight back home, we looked at each other and said, "Now is probably the time." A couple months later, we had our 4th anniversary. We flew to Italy to celebrate. And we found out that we became pregnant. It all started on day 4 of our Italy trip. We left to Rome and arrived in Florence. After a long day of exploring and traveling, we came back to the hotel at midnight. I saw brown spots in my underwear. I immediately thought that my period was going to start. Just to confirm that I was not pregnant, so I could drink at a winery the next day, I did a pregnancy test. Stop the music. So I just saw a little blood like a brown. So I just did a test. You wanna see the thing?
Yeah.
I kind of wanna surprise him, so I didn't tell him the result.
Where's the test? This?
Test, yeah. What's that?
Well, there's definitely a solid line. I mean, it's kind of a faint line, but there's definitely a line.
You think there's a faint line?
There's definitely a line, yeah. And it's still early. This is the very early of your pregnancy, right?
Also, like, you're supposed to do this in the morning, and like right now it's 12 a.m. My husband's reaction was calm, as I expected. He's the reserved one in our relationship, while I'm very expressive. Nonetheless, we're both happy, expressing our happiness in our own ways, and sharing this moment together. After traveling to 4 cities and 2 countries in less than 2 weeks, we came home quite exhausted. But we wanted to confirm the pregnancy with a blood test as soon as we got back. Today is April 14th. We just went to the clinic and I did the blood test for pregnancy. So we'll see, they will call me in a few hours in the afternoon. Hello? Hello?
Hi, Joo-hee?
Yes.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Congratulations. I came back pregnant.
What? Wow.
It's a
Oh
very
my
good
God.
number, too. It's 4,262.
It was great to hear that we were officially pregnant. We scheduled the first ultrasound in 2 weeks for around week 8. So today is May 8th, Saturday, and we are heading to the first prenatal appointment.
May
The
6th.
first time. May 6th. Oh.
May 6th today.
It's May 6th, not May 8th. Yes, May 6th. It's been 8 weeks since my first day of menstrual cycle, and my first ultrasound. I'm quite nervous, but I don't know. I'm nervous, but we'll see. I was so nervous that I took a pregnancy test right before I left. It was just showing me a solid 2 lines. Nervous? I collected my urine sample, and then we started the ultrasound. After a long, uncomfortable silence, the technician said she couldn't detect a strong heartbeat. Later, a nurse came in and ordered me to do a blood test. We rushed to the lab to get the blood work done. I'm back from my first postnatal appointment. The minute I got out of the clinic, I can tell maybe something is not right. Basically, it looks like the embryo size is like 2 weeks behind. I should come back for another ultrasound next week, next Friday. So we made an appointment. A night before that Friday came, I started to feel cramps. It was more constant and stronger than normal period cramps. The next morning, I started to bleed. Then I started to bleed so heavily that I had to just sit on the toilet for a few minutes. While I was sitting, somehow, I cut the pregnancy tissue. That looked like an embryo. I burst into tears and started sobbing and shaking uncontrollably. It was as if my brain triggered something in me, or the opposite. I showed the tissue to my husband, and we both started to cry, feeling extremely sad and mournful. It was a moment when things became so real to us.
Pretty much is everything's coming out.
On the same day as the miscarriage began, my nurse wanted me to do an ultrasound to monitor the procedure. Fortunately, it was progressing normally as it should. She said I should start a period in about a month. My bleeding stopped completely in about 9 days. My HCG dropped significantly, yet I was still getting a positive pregnancy test. After 2 weeks of our miscarriage, we went to a getaway house. My favorite beer. Sure, it tastes good. One silver lining about going through this process, I think it's kind of helps us, at least it helps me get ready for the parenthood. How about you? It helps you because you...
Yeah, no, I need lots of time to psych myself. Yeah, just takes time to, it's, something I thought in the past I would want to have to do, and it would never gave a thought. It was never like, oh, right now is the time.
Yeah.
So now is the time, and
Now it's time because of my age. I'm sorry.
yeah, but
My
I don't know the reasons. I mean, we traveled the world. We've seen a lot. I think we're in a good spot. In terms of work, in terms of jobs, in terms of lifestyle, kind of thing. So, our parents went through parenthood, having much less financial ability. My parents had, 2, even 3 jobs at some point. And
My mom also, she was a single mom and she raised 2 kids, I think that the successful parenthood means that your kids grow up and independent. like be an independent thinker.
That's most
Yeah,
important thing.
like that is the most important thing, and I think that's the best gift parents can give, and then the kids become 18 and go to college, and they're on their own. They will go to the trip that they wanted to go to. It doesn't have to have anything to do with what we want. It's for that reason, for us to not lose who we are, I think would be more of an inspiration to kids than we trying to be somebody else, like some other parents.
Just being mom and dad, and it's nothing else, no interest and no other.
Yeah. I think kids will appreciate our own interest, and we share our interest. It's up to kids to like it or not like it, but I think at least we can offer like this is who we are, what we like, and we're gonna build more genuine connections. If not, I'm sorry in advance.
That's
but
fine.
you can have your life when you're 18.
Yes,
so there you go.
This is our plan. That's all.
Yeah. Until then, you will have free room and board, and that's all we can offer.
Good plan.
Yeah.